So I want to show you. My nose ring is pulled out for some reason. I want to show y'all what I've made this week-ish kind of thing. I've just been randomly crocheting stuff, working on stuff, and I'll also tell y'all maybe a few of the ideas that I have that I plan on doing. So I'm going to start off with something y'all have already seen, just a little recap here of the leather face that I made. Again, I made this whole box. I repurposed a circle box, you know, the water bottle with the cartridge things. I cut this out, the front out, added a plastic bag as a window. I covered the whole entire thing. I really like it because it's magnetic. So I covered the whole inside, outside, and I used an old book for the papering. The inside here, there's a piece of the book that dates 1997, which I just love it. So, and I also used some shelf liner to give it that like kind of old school-ish look. And a little bit closer, it looks like, I try to make it look like skin on there because obviously leather face, he's wearing somebody else's face. So here he is, once again, like I said. I tried to add as much detail to him as I possibly could. There's a chainsaw that I made. And yeah, so here's this, which I said, like I said, y'all have already seen. And my husband waited so patiently for me to make that for him. And it took me forever, and I finally got it made. Now, I'll get to that thing last here, but the next thing I was asked, one of my mom's coworkers, she likes ordering dish scrubbies from me, so I got some cotton yarn. I got Cabo and peaches and cream, and I made her a set of dish scrubbies. Peaches and cream is a rougher cotton yarn. The Cabo yarn is really soft, smooth, 100% cotton yarn. So there's those. Now, two girls that I know are pregnant with their first baby, and they're both having girls. One of them, she's doing Winnie the Pooh as her theme, and then the other one doesn't have a theme, so I have yet to make her something, but I will be making her something soon. So I'll show y'all that once I get to it. But I decided to make one of the girls a little Winnie the Pooh. And I know his shirt is red, but since she's having a little girl, I figured I'd do it like a mulberry, like mauve color. And I made it flat. I know the legs kind of probably look a little funny, but I made it flat in the middle so that the baby, whenever she decides to give it to her, is able to grasp onto it and hold onto it. So, like I said, it's flat. It's a little bit easier for them to hold onto, or her to squeeze onto and hold, versus it being like a plump little plush, and it'd be hard for her to hold. So, and the arms are the same way. The arms are not stuffed. The body is lightly stuffed. The head is fully stuffed. I closed it off. The head and the body all the way to the legs is one piece, so there's no chance of it coming off. But once I got like halfway, I closed the head off and put hot glue in there to close the tail, so there's no chance of it unraveling or coming apart. But yeah, there's that little Winnie the Pooh. And now the last thing that I made, this was a surprise. My husband didn't know I was making it for him, but even though this is much simpler than the leather face, it's still like one of my favorite things I've made. Yeah, I don't know why, I just think it's just so cute. I just love it. And it's so, literally so much simpler than the leather face. Took way less time, but I just absolutely love it. I'm so proud of this. So, here is Art Crispies. If you know Art the Clown Terrifier, this is what it looks like. So I used Cricut sticker paper, and I printed it off, and I stuck it to the front of this box. I actually modded and made the box myself. I cut up a cardboard box to make it smaller, like a cereal box, because in Terrifier 2, I think, is where he has the cereal. And I just wrapped the sides and the bottom and the top in regular printer paper. The back of it, I couldn't find like a straight on image, so it's kind of off, but it's still pretty cute, I think. And here's the top. I couldn't find side images. I couldn't find a straight on back image of the box, so I kind of just worked with what I had. I know there's like nutritional facts and stuff like that, but again, I couldn't find them to print off, so I just worked with what I had here. I did make the top open, and I covered the inside. I made like a cereal bag type thing out of like this plasticky material that you wrap bouquets in, like flowers in. And now to show you the crochet part of this. So here's a little art. He was actually pretty hard to make. Believe it or not, Leatherface was easier to make than him, and he's a lot smaller. So here's his little head, his teeth. He does have like a cloth head wrapping on his costume, so I just took a piece of cloth and hot glued it on there. It was so hard to change colors. I connected the legs together, and it was so hard to go back and forth because this is all one piece. So you can see it's not the best. I'm not great at swapping back colors back and forth yet. But the front, it was kind of easier to cover up with his little like pom-pom things. And then the little horn he has, little bicycle horn. And I based this look off of, I think it's Terrifier 2, where before he goes to the laundromat, he's like all bloody and whatnot. Then he goes to the laundromat and he sits there, you know, with washing the clothes, and the little girl shows up that looks like him. That's what I based that one off of. And my favorite part of the movie is, it's funny to me. If you've ever watched Terrifier, you know that those movies are extremely gory. And I mean extreme gore. I personally don't, this is going to sound so funny. I personally don't like extreme gore movies. I used to could watch them, and then after I had my first son, I started to get like, I don't know, like gory, scary movies started to make me extremely anxious. And then especially after I had my second, it's so hard for me to watch extreme gore horror movies. It makes me so nervous. It makes me anxious, and I have no idea why. So whatever causes that, I don't know. So I did watch Terrifier 1 and 2, and the third one is coming out, but I think the third one's coming out. But it was definitely like this the whole time. So one of my favorite scenes in the movie though is when he's sitting inside the shop scaring that girl, and he ends up putting these sunflower glasses on. I think it's so freaking funny, and it's my favorite part of the movie. So for this, I just used craft foam, cut it out, put some cardboard in the middle, and then I took yarn and tied it so I could slide it on and off of its head, so he would have both of those. Now the inside of the box, like I said, is that material, but I tried to line it and make it like a cereal box, if you can see. And he goes back in there with his glasses and the sketch I'd done for it before I made it. I made one for Leatherface too. I gotta get it and put it with him. But that is what I made so far this week. I'm also taking the leftover Cabo cotton yarn, and I'm working on something that I've never made before. I'm gonna go get it to show you. So I have one made, and I'm working on the other right now. I suck at making crochet clothing. If it's not like baby clothing type thing, I can't do it. I've made tops before. I've made 2, I think, possibly, and I don't know how the customer, I think they liked it, but I wasn't sure, so I never made something for myself personally, but I'm trying. So I found a YouTube tutorial, and I did have to modify because the person making theirs, they're smaller, whereas I am not, in the nicest way possible to put that. So I did have to modify thanks to the people in the comment section. They was such a freaking help with that, with saying how to chain for the modify for the cup sizes. But I have one cup made, and what I'm going to do is take a lining padding type thing out of a sports bra, the cup part, and I'm going to put it and sew it onto this so it has a coverage in the back, and again it has something to kind of like hold on to and form to. And then what I'm going to do is, she made her strap part for the bottom like about this wide. I'm actually gonna make mine a whole lot longer because I like coverage for my stomach area. It's just something, you know, this is my preference. So that's what I plan on doing. And I got the second one in the works right now. Might have to go get some more yarn. I don't know yet, but this is 100% cotton yarn. And I'm thinking I might, I don't know yet. Like I said, it'll be both the cups, and then maybe making granny squares to go at the bottom, and then crocheting off of those granny squares to make it a little bit longer, like I said, to cover my stomach more. I'll make a whole video once I get actually further along with this so y'all can see. But that's what I've been working on. That's what I've been making. I still have to make something for the other girl who's pregnant. I have somebody that I know locally. She wants something made for fall decor for her table, so that's a commission that I got to work on. Plus, I have another huge project that I've been stalling working on that is for somebody extremely close to me. And they have been waiting so patiently for me to finish this. It is actually something that's going to be for their vehicle, their first vehicle at that. So I really got to get that done too, but that will be a whole separate video by itself. Anything I make, you know, stuff like that, I still got to focus on our Halloween costumes and what we're going to, you know, what I'm going to make and what we're going to wear this year. And then I have some more horror characters that I want to crochet, redo for our collection. So I have lots of stuff that I have planned, plenty of content. So thank y'all for continuing watching. I really appreciate it. Some of the characters I'm gonna try to do remake will be definitely Chucky and Tiffany, Pennywise, of course, one of my favorite things I collect. And there's probably a few others that I really need to make. I really want to try to make a life-size crochet chainsaw for the Chainsaw Massacre to match with the mask that we have. There's like so many things running through my head that I want to try and do, so I'll be making videos for all this stuff. But thank y'all for the continual support. I really appreciate it. And much love, and I'll see y'all next time.